Welcome, everybody. I'm Jackie Morey. Welcome to today's episode of the 21st Century Legacy Letters Show. And I am so glad that you're here with me today, and you're here with my special guest. And before I move on, I want to first make sure that you are here with me live. So please type your name and tell us where you are hanging out from. Okay. So I'm going to wait for everyone to come in, and please type in the chat room because I want you to engage visually. I want you to engage by hearing me, and also I want you to engage by using your sense of touch. So I want to welcome everyone. And let's see here. Welcome, Patricia. It's good to be with you. Welcome, Bill. Welcome, Carmen. Hi, Sonia. It's great to be with you. Hi, Marianne. And welcome to Kirsten. So if you don't mind letting us know where you're hanging out from, that would be wonderful. Marianne, you're hanging out from Ohio. Excellent. Marianne, I am so glad you're here. So again, please type your name and tell us where you're hanging out from. And then also, I want you to, after you type in, where you're hanging out from, I want to cultivate an attitude of gratitude and a posture of gratefulness. So if you don't mind typing in the chat what you're grateful for today. Hi, Tanisha. Tanisha is, my unofficial lead director for audience engagement. So, Tanisha, if you are engaging with everyone, thank you very, very much. And everyone, engage with Tanisha because she's here to engage with you about what we're talking about today. Hi, Bill. You're hanging out from Michigan. I haven't been back to Michigan for a while, and I would love to visit Michigan again soon. I went to Detroit. I was in Ann Arbor, and let's see where else I was in Michigan. Anyway, I love that state. So, Bill, it's good to be with you. All right. Well, I am grateful for, because I want to participate with you. I'm grateful for my son and our daughter, Michael, because whenever they they create something or draw something, they say, "Mommy, would you please show this on your webinar, or would you please show this on your webcast?" Because I'm training them that it's not just a webinar, it's a webcast. We're broadcasting live, right? Welcome, Sonia. You are hanging out from North Georgia. Sonia, by the way, folks, is my unofficial director of promotions, because she loves to promote my Facebook, what do you call it? My Facebook posts regarding the show. So anyway, what are you grateful for? I'm grateful for our son. He made this. He drew this all by himself, and Michael drew this owl by watching a YouTube video about how to draw an owl. And I love this picture because for me, an owl symbolizes wisdom. And if you see here, wisdom is the legacy word for today. Tanisha, you're grateful for opportunities to learn and grow. Indeed. Wow, Tanisha, you hit it right on the nail, because one of the quotes for today is from Warren Buffett. The more you learn, the more you earn, right? So, Tanisha, you are spot on. Tanisha is grateful for opportunities to learn and grow. Today, you're going to learn a lot of things, okay? And then Bill is grateful for his health. Good for you, Bill. Health is so important. I heard this saying that says, health is the crown that a man doesn't know that he's wearing until he gets sick. So, health is the crown that a sick man can see on the head of a healthy man. So I am grateful for my health too. Sonia, you promoted the show again today. Oh my, see, there you go, Sonia. You are again, as I've said, my director of promotions. Awesome. Well, I also want to show you another thing that our son colored, and this is for you. He said, please show this to the folks on the webinar and the webcast. So he colored for you a Jake and the Neverland Pirates coloring book for you. And our daughter, of course, didn't want to get left behind. So she colored most of this. This was not colored by her, but this part was colored by her. And this is all for you. All right. So, and one more thing, she loves Dora. So that was a Dora. And she said, please show this, Mama, to the people on the webinar, to the folks on the webinar, your friends. And so I am so glad and grateful that our children are getting a chance to give value and deliver value already, even at such a young age. Alyssa is 4 and Michael is 6. So they are thinking about other people too. Marianne, tell them thank you. Oh, I will. I will tell our children thank you. Marianne is grateful, among other things, for the beauty all around me. Absolutely. It's true. A lot of people want to focus on negative things. A lot of people want to focus on, the ugliness in a fallen world, but good for you. You choose to focus on beauty. Tanisha said, good job coloring. I will let them know, Tanisha. Sonia said, too cute. Love their generous hearts that they want to share with us, right? We are doing our best to train them to cultivate a heart of gratefulness because, they're kids and there are times when they complain. And so we say, okay, if you're complaining right now, share with me 5 things that you're grateful for and 5 people you're grateful for. So they have to name 10 things total that they're grateful for. So it really helps them tweak their attitudes from complaining to gratefulness, right? Because gratefulness and complaining cannot coexist, right? If I'm in a grateful posture, I cannot be complaining, right? And the opposite is true as well. So I'm doing my best to cultivate a heart of gratitude. Sonia is grateful for God's promises to us all. Awesome. Now, again, why the 21st Century Legacy Letter Show? For those of you who are joining me on the replay and have not attended any of the episodes or the previous episode, because it's the second one. And this is why, because your stories matter. Legacy matters. Let's stop your stories from getting buried in graveyards. I want to share a quick story about that. We had a coaching client, and his name, I'm going to keep his name confidential. Anyway, in our last masterclass of your 90-day book launchpad, he and the others in his group, his synergy group, as well as the whole class, they were doing their best to write their books. And guess what? This gentleman, he had this book inside of him for 30 years, 3 decades that this book was inside of him. And finally, at the end of the masterclass, he was able to publish it. And he was able to publish it not only on Kindle, but also on paperback. And guess what happened? A couple of months after he published and reached Amazon bestseller status, he passed away. But there you go. He left his legacy. He left the stories that were inside of him, the life lessons that were inside of him, and he packaged it into a Kindle book as well as a paperback book. And now his children, his grandchildren have something, not just the pictures, not just, what did dad think about this? But he has life lessons that he's passing on to them, right? Okay. So again, we're in the green room right now. And the green room, we are interacting with each other. And then we're going to have the interview. And then we're going to have question and answer and the bonuses. I have a cool thing for you today because I have several freemiums. I have 3 cool bonuses for you, right? But I want to also, before I share something really important, because I believe in integrity, here's a quote from Jim Rohn. I like Jim Rohn, and he's one of the, he's deceased, he's passed away, but his legacy is amazing. Here's what he says: let others lead small lives, but not you. Let others argue over small things, but not you. Let others cry over small hurts, but not you. Let others leave their future in someone else's hands, but not you. Right? Now, I believe he's not saying that we are not supposed to cry at all, but over some petty things, let's not do that. Let's, if we are going to weep, let us weep for something that is really major, something that's, the death of a loved one. Absolutely. We'll cry over that. Maybe a trauma that, you and I have experienced, a loss of friendship, whatever it is, we can cry over that, but let's not cry over small things. Right. And so this is the quote that I believe, one of the quotes that I believe that you are watching the 21st Century Legacy Letter Show because you believe in leading lives and leaving your future not in the hands of others, but in your hands, where you're able to craft and design and architect the type of legacy you want to leave for your children, grandchildren, and the generations that follow. Now, here's a full disclosure, okay? Because I am a woman of integrity. I believe I'm a woman of integrity, and that's what I've heard. And I do my best to practice being honest. Today's episode, you and I are interacting live, right? But today's interview with Sharon Best was pre-recorded, and I asked Sharon if she could come today for the Q&A, and she's not able to. So that's just full disclosure. I want you to know that. But the episode itself is packed full of wisdom, so please get ready to take notes. And instead, during the Q&A, I've asked my other friend, her name is Pamela Pollock, and she will be with us during the Q&A. So if you like to be coached live, get ready to ask your questions. Pamela is a certified professional coach. She has a master's in business administration. So if you want to ask business questions, that's fine as well. Career questions, feel free to do so. And Pamela is a licensed mental health counselor. So in place of Sharon during the Q&A portion of this show, Pamela Pollock has graciously accepted to be the life coach, the certified coach, to answer your questions today, whether it's regarding life, it's regarding business or career, because as I've said, she has an MBA, right? So it's full disclosure. Sharon apologizes that she could not be with us during the live Q&A today because she has a visitor, a relative visiting from out of town, and she would have loved to be in the Q&A portion. But here you go. Pamela's going to be with us, and expect 3 cool bonuses. So please get ready, hang on until the end, stay with us. Do not log off, because I want you to get these 3 cool bonuses. And I'm going to give you a clue about what one of them is, right? Here is what I'm going to give to you. This is what I've drawn, and it's inverted. Here's something that I've drawn based on the template that I got. So I'm going to give you the template for drawing something like this at the very end. And this is how I am looking at this every day as much as I can to reach from where I am at to where I want to be, right? Here's where I am. And here are 3 things that I've said that I need to do and I want to do in order to get from where I am to where I want to be. So I'm going to give you a template. And also the person who provides this template also has a guide on how to draw things like this. So if you see my drawing here at the back right here, I'm not a very good artist, but because of that guide, you can easily draw figures, not just stick figures, but something like this, where you have symbols, you have people, and you have different kinds of things, right? Okay, well, again, the subject for today is winning, because one of the memes that I posted on Facebook is this one. And I want you to believe this and get this into not just your thinking, but the depths of your soul, the core of your being. You were born to win. But to be a winner, you must plan to win, prepare to win, and expect to win. That's by Zig Ziglar. And I think he missed one thing. I mean, I'm sure it's implied, but here's one thing that Zig Ziglar missed. Yes, you must plan to win, you must prepare to win, and you must expect to win. But here's what I want you to remember. Play. You have to play in order to win. If you're in a basketball game, a football game, a soccer game, a volleyball game, you have to play. You don't just plan to win. You don't just prepare. You got to play, right? Okay. Now, so here's what I would love for you to do. I would love for you to take a quick poll. And let's see here. I want you to answer this question. Have you ever been coached on an ongoing basis, whether by a life coach, a business coach, a parenting coach, a marriage coach, etc.? Answer just yes or no. By the way, your answers are absolutely confidential. There's no way I can tell who is answering what, because Webinar Jam does not allow because it's an anonymous poll, right? You only find out the statistics, but you don't know who answered what. So feel free to answer yes or no. And it's okay if you answer no problem, because I won't know who you are, right? So 100% have said yes. Okay, you've been coached before. Awesome. Okay, now let's see here. I want to ask you the next question. Before I forget, I want you to share this broadcast. If you don't mind clicking, I want you to participate with your sense of touch. Please share this broadcast. You'll find a Facebook icon at the bottom right of the screen where I'm broadcasting from. So look at the bottom right. Please share this on Facebook and or on Twitter, okay? And I would love for you to do that, because this interview with Sharon is amazing. One of the promos I said was, she was the head flight attendant on a flight where the airline captain, the captain of the flight, staggered in drunk. So you'll find out what she does, right? Okay. And now I'm going to end the poll. 100% of you have been coached before. Good. Okay. Now let's do another poll. Okay. Have you shared? Please let me know if you've shared. And thank you again, Sonia, for sharing this again. Okay. Carmen, you're thankful for life. Patricia, you're grateful for the Lord God and your special friends. Awesome. And Patricia, odd question on no, why stipulate sports teams? Oh, right. Well, because a lot of people think that coaching is just for sports. Yes, if you've been coached in sports, for sure, type that in. But most people think that coaching is just for sports, but it's not true, right, Patricia? Coaching is for all of life. I mean, Jim and I have marriage coaches. Well, not a lot, but a few people that we trust. We've had parenting coaches. We've attended many parenting classes and are accountable to people regarding our parenting. And okay, Tanisha, you shared. Awesome. Okay. So I'm not bragging. I'm just sharing with you that we need help. We need help. So that's why I believe in coaching and I believe in coaches. Okay. Now here's the last poll. What is the top area that you don't feel like a winner? Is it your health? And again, this is totally confidential. I will not know who answered what. What is the top area, just one area, that you don't feel like you're a winner? Is it in your health and weight? Is it in your social circles? Is it in your education, training, or the lack thereof? Is it in your career and business? Is it your immediate family relationships? What do you need coaching on? Okay. All right. 50% said my health and weight, and 50% so far said my career and business life. Okay. Awesome. Anybody else before I end the poll? Just type and just click in. All right. Some say family relationships, and others are 23 or 25% career business life, and 25%. Oh my, it's changing really fast. Okay, I'm going to end the poll in 5 seconds. Five, please answer right now. Four, three, two, one. Okay, now health and weight, 33%. Career and business life, 33%. And immediate family relationships, 33%. Wow, this is awesome information. So today you're going to get lessons regarding family relationships and parenting, and you're also going to get nuggets of wisdom regarding career. You're also going to get nuggets. Well, Sharon is a very, very healthy person. She is very in shape, right? So I can model after her. All right, great. So now, okay, Patricia, you're saying I'm a weight loss coach. Awesome. You have lost 90 pounds in less than 1.5 years. Fantastic. Joanne, three computers finally got the picture and sound. Joanne, thank you for being here. I'm so proud of you. Joanne is a very busy lady, and Joanne said that she might try to catch the latter part of the broadcast. Now we're here live, okay? And Patricia, right, great point. Coaches are for all walks of life. Awesome. And again, Tanisha, thank you for sharing. Right. Wonderful. Okay, so we did poll number one, we did poll number two, and now let's begin the interview with Sharon Best. Okay, so just hang with me and stay till the end because I want to give you the bonuses right here, and you definitely don't want to miss asking questions live of Pamela Pollock, who is a certified coach, certified professional coach, and she has an MBA, so you can ask your questions. Okay, so here we go, and I'll see with you in just a few minutes. Thank you. Take notes, please. Welcome back, everybody. Wow, Tanisha, I'm so glad you're feeling very inspired by Sharon. And I'm so grateful for everyone who's here who has stayed till the very end. And as promised, I have three cool bonuses for you because we're in the Q&A portion right now. And I have three cool bonuses for you. So let's pop up the first offer. I mean, it's not an offer. Here's my first bonus for you, okay? And it is my one of my number one best-selling books. Please snap it up today. It is absolutely free on Amazon. I've made it available for 24 hours, actually today and tomorrow. So those who are watching the replay can get it if they watch the replay 24 hours from right now. So please get that. And that's the first cool bonus. I want to hear your takeaways. Tanisha is very inspired. Did you, I mean, I wrote down a lot of the takeaways, but what do you think, what is one thing that you're going to apply after you leave this broadcast? Because I want you to not just gain more head knowledge. That's not what we need right now. I want accountability because we're building, you are building with us a community of legacy leavers. We're going to leave our legacies, right? And so I'm going to call you Legacy Nation. So Legacy Nation, what is one takeaway you're going to apply today? What one piece of wisdom are you going to take away today? Dr. Becky, awesome. Be accountable and ask for help. Totally. Ask for help. Okay. Now, have you already downloaded the bonus? Because I'm going to pop up the next bonus right now, which is, as I've shared with you, the template for this. This is how I've been setting goals, and this is just one of the goals that I have, a vision. This is like a vision template. So I've drawn here where I'm at and where I want to be. So if you are if you have not yet downloaded, okay, thank you, Dr. Becky. Dr. Becky has the book already and it is outstanding. Okay, so if you haven't clicked on that orange button which says get instant access to Jackie's book for free, please do so right now. I'm going to give you 5 more seconds, then I'm going to pop up the next bonus because I want you to come away from the show feeling not just inspired and motivated, but also I want to equip you. This book that I wrote not just doesn't just apply to business. If you take away the principles and the strategies from this book that is a best-selling book, then you will also be able to apply it in your personal life. Okay. So, okay, let me just take this offer away. It's not an offer. It's a bonus. And let me load up the template that I was telling you about. So here we go. Please, you're going to probably want to, it's free. It's absolutely free. You're going to have to create a free account with this website, and she may not necessarily be of the same belief system that you might have, but this template is principles based because we are principle centered, we are heart centered, we are principle centered, we're values centered, and I have gotten a lot of value from this template. So please download your template, click that orange button, it'll open up in a different tab, and get it and sign up for free after this broadcast, and then we can go do it that way. And let's see here, what else? Okay, I'm going to give you a few more moments. Who else has a takeaway? Patricia, great interview, good advice, very valuable. Awesome. Sonia says, got it. Good. Thank you. Thank you for thanking me. Okay, Tanisha, your takeaway is pursue God's will for my life and faith works. Wow. Tanisha, I am so proud of you because you have a coach, you have accountability partners, and you're also pursuing God's will for your life, because that is the only way. You know, we don't want to just climb a ladder. We want to make sure the ladder is leaning against the correct wall, right? Mary, I would like the bonus. Oh, good. So, Mary, the bonus is, I believe, okay, it's the one that says, if you want to plan and prepare to win, use this. So click on the orange button. You'll find it, that the offer is on probably at the bottom of your chat right now, Mary. So make sure that you get that. So Mary, type in if you were able to click on the orange button, if you see it on your chat, and if it opens up in a new tab. Okay. All right. And then, okay. So one more, I can't, let's see. I'm wondering where Pamela is, because Pamela was supposed to be here so that you can ask her questions. In the meantime, can you please, oh, there you go. There's a text. All right. All right. So Pamela is actually, all right, perfect. Well, Pamela, no problem. You can come in anytime. Come on in. Come on in. So Pamela is going to come in, and okay. Great. I'm just text messaging Pamela. Okay. How many have have not yet downloaded the template, the one that I have used, which I really like? And you'll also, in the same website, you'll be able to find how to draw these kinds of things, because I'm not an artist, and I was able to learn how to draw a rocket ship and, a lady, because I used to draw just stick figures, but with this template that she provides, and with it's a template guide as well as an icon guide. You can download all of that for free, and to sign up, it's also free. So just download that, and you don't have to be part of that community. Just download the bonuses. Okay. All right. I'm going to pop up the final bonus, and that is to join the Facebook community that is called the 21st Century Legacy Letters with Jackie Morey Facebook group. And I'm only offering this. I'm very, how would I say? I am I'm very aware that there are trolls on the internet. In fact, one other group that I'm a part of, there have been 3 trolls in the last 4 weeks. And I am very aware of trolls. Trolls are people who just want to post and spam, and also use bots, BOTS, robots, computer robots, to post what they want to post on all the posts in a community. So I'm very, very particular about who I invite inside this particular Facebook group, which is the 21st Century Legacy Letters with Jackie Morey Facebook group. So if you're not yet a part of this community, which is an amazing community, please click the orange button. It says, I want to join this generational minded community now. And I'm only going to offer this for 24 hours. Those who are watching the replay, I hope you're watching before the 24 hours expires, because as I've said, there are a lot of trolls right now on the internet. And so I'm also advising you, if you have a Facebook community or a Facebook page, make sure that you check it regularly, because there are trolls out there who want to just spam your community, spam your page, spam your group. Okay. All righty. Okay. Pamela, you're there. Okay. Let me invite Pamela in. There you go. Pamela, I invited you in. And so Pamela is coming in. So if you have any questions for certified professional coach, Pamela Pollock, as I've said, Pamela is a certified professional coach. She has an MBA, and she's a licensed mental health counselor. Hi, Pamela. It's good to be with you.
Hi, Jackie. Can you hear me okay?
I can.
Okay.
So anybody, if you have any questions, whether it's health related, Pamela is very, how would I say? She's on the front lines of the health movement. Pamela is very adept in the health movement. She's a life coach. She is a business coach. So whatever questions you have. All right. And Tanisha, I'm going to approve your request to be a member as soon as I'm done with this broadcast. So any questions for Pamela? Pamela, can you tell us a little bit about what kind of questions have you gotten from folks that you've helped with say their business, or their weight or health and weight? Because I did a poll a while ago, and 33% said that the top area they don't feel like a winner in is 33% said my health and weight. 33% said my career or business life, and 33% said my immediate family relationships. So please share maybe a couple of things that people have asked you about.
Boy, I mean, health definitely is one of those things. And, as you know, Jackie, I have health concerns myself. So I've had to really kind of dive into that. And so, as people are asking me questions about their own health, I mean, I'm really having them pay a lot of attention to how it is that they're interacting with themselves around their health issues. For example, because of some of the things, for people that don't know, I was diagnosed with Lyme disease. So I've been dealing with that for a number of years. And, there are times when it can get very frustrating, because times I feel like I'm not getting better or whatever. So, so for people that have health issues that are, especially are kind of longer term kinds of health issues, the level of frustration and disappointment and sometimes despair can be overwhelming. And so, whether it's health or something else that that a person has been dealing with for a long period of time, I'm always a very strong advocate for doing something that is often a hard thing to do, which is rather than resisting what's going on, fighting what's going on, being, angry and upset about what's going on, that I really encourage people to just, as much as they possibly can, to just stay in the middle of whatever it is. So if it's despair, to just be acknowledging the despair that they're experiencing, rather than going out and having a drink or using drugs or overeating or doing something to try and make that feeling go away. Whatever we resist persists. So being able to embrace it, even the dark parts, even the discouraging parts, to be able to, and by embrace it, I simply mean acknowledging what's going on with as much as possible without judging yourself in the process. And that's kind of the hard part. But the fastest way from A to Z really is right through the middle of it. And so if we, as much as I can tolerate whatever it is that's happening in the moment, if I can just stay with that. So, for people who are faith-based, using prayer, praying with friends, things like that, to really allow themselves to just, be in it, accept the support, emotional support from other people, to tolerate that as long as you can. And sometimes there comes a point where it's like, okay, this is just too much. I can't deal with it. So, when you get to that point, then give yourself a healthy distraction. Go to a funny movie. Take a nice hot bath and maybe listen to some calming music. Journal. Do something that takes you. Well, journaling actually kind of sometimes takes you more into it. But things like watching something that's funny. Movies are great distractions, when you get to that point, because they you're looking at that big screen and it just takes you into a whole nother world. So it takes you out of the, what's going on up here. And those kinds of activities help to shift your attention. What ends up happening for most of us is, once we start down, being discouraged, it's really easy to just keep going down and spiraling, deeper and deeper. And there's a certain point at which you got to kind of catch yourself and just go, okay, this is no longer helping me. It's just making me feel worse. So let me find something that I can do that's a positive distraction. So, and I emphasize the positive, because the last thing that you want to do is, do something that's self-destructive. All that does is just kind of, it may take you out of the feeling for the moment, but it's still there.
Wow, so true. Thank you, Pamela. Now, Tanisha has a question. She's wondering, does a food diary help you lose weight?
Yes and no.
Really? Tell me why.
Well, okay, so there's a certain point, if you haven't been paying much attention to what it is that you're doing around food, then starting to pay attention to that is actually a very good thing. What you want to be doing with weight loss is not just losing weight. You're wanting to change the way that you look at things, the way that you do things, the way that you interact with food, your relationship with food. So if you've been kind of mindlessly eating most of your life, overeating, I should say, then paying attention to what you're doing is a really important part of that process of becoming aware. And what I would add to that, if you do that, is to be particularly, what's the word I'm looking for? Pay particular attention to the things that are triggering you to make you want to go eat the ice cream or the cake or the donut or whatever it is. So your diary then would not only be itemizing, when you're overeating, but looking at the circumstances just before you took that, you stepped into that, that bad habit. Now, the reason, so that can be very helpful. Now, the reason I say yes and no is that once you're very aware, then you've actually got to start, you've got to start doing some really positive things for yourself and be focusing on things that are going to help you make some changes. I mean, I'm always in favor of having people supporting me. I have a couple of prayer partners that I pray with every week. Not everybody's faith-based, so it might be something else. It might be just friends that are very supportive of you. So being able to share authentically with them about the struggles is a good idea, but also to be able to let them give you helpful suggestions, tips, things that you can be doing rather than overeating. So again, it's going back to the first thing I said. There are times when it's very effective to put in some healthy new to start some healthy new habits. When you typically go to the refrigerator, see if you can find something else that you could substitute for that. So now, if you start paying a lot of attention and writing about your food all the time, guess what you're doing? You're focusing on food. So that's why it can end up being a negative for you, because wherever we focus our attention, we're going to get more of that.
Wow, interesting.
So yeah, so if so you want to be use it to get information, but don't use it to then keep your mind always thinking about food.
Wow, that's amazing. That's so true, because what we focus on, we get more of, I
Mm-hmm.
think. So there's a point where, yes, you can use a journal, but making sure that the diary will just also log in what we're feeling when let's say, for example, I want to eat the ice cream. What is it that I'm feeling? Is that what you're saying, Pamela? Kind of being more aware of not just the food that the choice I'm making, but also what is maybe provoking me or luring me, or whatever the word is,
Sure.
to eat that food. Is that correct?
Yeah, because it could be emotions. It could be particular people that when you're around them, tend to make you want to go use whatever you use. Yeah.
Wow, awesome. Tanisha says, thanks, Pamela. Sound advice. Thank you, Tanisha, for your question. Sonia suggested try some new healthy recipes. Does that work as well?
Yeah, I mean, as long as the new healthy recipes will take you into another way of looking at what you're doing. So if you're trying to lose weight, it's highly likely that you're not eating the best foods. So so looking for things that are tasty and healthy, that can be substitutes. By investing in some time into looking into those things can be kind of exciting, because you're trying something new. A lot of us get into food ruts, and so new things are great. So those when I talk about healthy distractions, again, this is a fine line that you're walking, because if all you're doing is looking at cookbooks and focusing, making your whole world about food, then again, you may be taking it a little bit too far. So yes, definitely find some good healthy recipes. And it's not just a food substitution that you're doing. You're really wanting to change your life and to change your focus. Maybe you need to be spending more time with friends instead of isolating. Isolating might be a time when you tend to overeat. So so you're looking in your diary. Look at your patterns. Look at the connections that you're making with food, and the way that you use food, the way it makes you feel. All of those kinds of things. It's important to recognize all of those things, but recognize that you're not. This is not this seems kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Like an oxymoron, but the weight loss is not the important thing.
Wow.
It's the symptom. Our overweight is a symptom of something else. So as long as you're only dealing with a symptom, no matter whether it's weight loss or something else, I deal with this with my clients all the time. As long as you're dealing with the symptom and it's only just a behavioral thing that you're doing to shift, then you're likely going to be kind of stuck with it. But so you're really looking for the source of the of what's causing that symptom. And if you can get to the bottom of that and do some work with that, you're much more likely to change the pattern and change your lifestyle, so that you are eating healthy, you're exercising more, you're doing the things that are going to be positive for good health.
Wow, wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, Pamela. And Bill says you must change your programming on food. True, true. We need to get
Hmm.
to the root of what is causing that, right? And Patricia says, I went from a 4X to size 10 to 12, and it is necessary to change your food intake. And as you do, you will think less of food when you know how to eat better ingredients. Wonderful. All right. Well, if there are no other questions, I want to respect everybody's time. Thank you so much for being with us today. And thank you, Pamela.
You're welcome.
Pamela, I want you to promote your, how can people get in touch with you? How can folks get in touch with you? Because you've given us such wisdom, such sound advice. The word, the legacy word for today is wisdom. So Pamela, can you share your contact information with us, please?
Yes, my website, which is right now primarily focused on my counseling practice, is pamelapollock.com. Very easy. And there's all sorts of ways to get in contact with me through my website. And I
Wonderful.
also have on Facebook. You can go to Dare to Dream and take a look at my Facebook page.
Excellent. I'm going to type that into the chat room. Dare to Dream. So just look up Dare to Dream on Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
right? And Pamela Pollock's website is Pamela Pollock, PamelaPollock.com. And then go to Dare to Dream on Facebook, and you can follow Pamela on her page. Pamela, thank you so much for being with us today. I really, really appreciate you.
You're
Again,
welcome.
Pamela is a certified professional coach. She has a master's in business administration, and Pamela is a licensed professional mental health counselor. So thanks, Pamela. Thank you, everyone. And again, thank you so much for joining us, and look forward to being with you again next week. And again, my guests are not going to be just all women, although I love, my female legacy makers and legacy leavers, but we're going to have some gentlemen as well. So don't worry, it's not just going to be women. It's going to be both men and women, because
Mm-hmm.
we are all in this together. It's not all about just women. It's not all about just men. It's about everyone learning how to live a life of significance and leaving legendary legacies. So thank you so much, Patricia. Thanks, Sonia. Thanks, Tanisha. Michael, Dr. Becky, Patricia, Sonia, and Mary, and who else was here? Debbie was here, and everyone who was here. Thank you so much for being with us today. Look forward to being with you again next week. Blessings to you all. Bye. Thanks, Pamela.